Woke up early. Got the smoker ready. Gonna smoke pork butt. Alright, we got our boneless pork butt. I usually like the bone in, but good quality meat. It doesn't matter. We got wrapped in cellophane and mustard. The other thing I put on it, put a little rub, basic rub, paprika, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, basic rub. I didn't put any brown sugar, trying to be healthy. We're gonna get some sweetness in this a different way today, so if you want, put some brown sugar on it. Tastes good. All right, so we got our pork butt, our tray, and we got our smoker ready to go. Gotta wake up early to start the process. So we got the pork butt in the smoker. Try to keep it nice and tight. You can tie it, but it's totally unnecessary. It's a boneless, that's why it's like split a little bit. So we're gonna do this for about 6 to 8 hours, depending on the color, and we'll look at that in a minute. All right, so we're prepping the tray that we're gonna put the pork butt in. Cut up some apples and put some apple cider vinegar. Once I get the pork butt in there, I'll probably put about an inch, make sure there's an inch of liquid on the bottom. The other thing you can use is beer. I like using a good light beer or apple juice. Make sure you put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. It gives it really good flavor. All right, so that's just prep. All right, so it's been 6 hours. I lost my camera crew. So here's what you want it to look like. That color is beautiful. It's red, it's appley. I got a little bit of apple and put some water in there. All right, so you don't want too much water. You want to make sure the bottom's covered. You want to make sure it's lukewarm, it's good water. I use my purified water. All right, so that's about probably less than an inch, but everything's covered. Everything's wet on the bottom. So this is the step a lot of people don't get. Put some cellophane on it, keep it nice and sealed, keep it airtight. What's gonna happen is this is gonna start to boil. This is gonna come off the meat. Even if it doesn't, cellophane has a high burn temp, so it's not gonna taste like anything. It's not gonna taste like plastic or anything like that. All right, so now I have an extra layer of protection on it. Make sure it's really tight, make sure it's not. Okay, so after we boil it up, we put it in here, stick a probe in the meatiest part of the meat. We get it to about 225. I have good temperature control, so I don't have to worry about it too much, but if you don't, you can stick it in the oven. It doesn't matter. This also stops the smoking process, so it doesn't get too black or too smoky. So at about 200 degrees, we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna take our next step. All right, here we got the meat. You can tell it's all puffy. It's about 200 degrees with the probe in it. Take the probe out, and it's gonna be hot, so you gotta slide it on here, and gonna bring it over here. All right, just gonna crack this thing open. Remember, there might be more fluid in there than what we put in there prior, so you want to be careful of the juices. The meat's gonna have juices, everything's gonna have juices. Just tell it's all puffed up. So what we gotta do is we gotta cut it open like a Christmas present. Ooh. All right. As you can tell, there's more juices in there now from the meat, from all the fat. I'm gonna try to pick this up and put it on the other cellophane. Now this is a big trick here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the cellophane. Oh, this is ready to come apart. You gotta be careful. All right, we're gonna put it on the cellophane and we're gonna roll it. All right, gonna roll it. Gonna keep it nice and tight. Nice color. It's coming apart. There we go. We're gonna roll it. We're gonna keep it tight. Keep the juices in there. Everything's gonna stay in there. We gotta roll it one way, then we're gonna bring it over here. We're gonna roll it the other way. All right. This will stay warm for up to 3 hours. The other thing you can do is you can put it in a cooler and Keep it nice and cool. You want to do this for at least 45 minutes. Let it cool down, let the juices go back into the meat, and everything's gonna stay nice and tender. So, gonna put this under some towels and let it cool down. It can cool down for up to 3 hours, 4 hours. I've done it up to 3. It's been still nice and hot afterwards. We're gonna put it under some towels and let this rest for about an hour and 5 minutes. All right, so here we have the finished product. It is wrapped in foil after the cellophane. As you can tell, cellophane is completely waterproof. Still a little moisture. You can see the moisture just staying in there. So we're gonna cut this bad boy open. One thing I did forget to say at the beginning of the video, just always make sure the fat side is up. Fat side, you want to get a good fat cap on it. So we're gonna cut from the bottom, which is the meaty side. It's just a lot easier. It's got juice coming out of there still. Very juicy. Always wait until you're ready to eat this. Never open it and cut it up and pull it prior to that. So see it coming apart already. My mouth is starting to water. It looks delicious. I'm gonna cut it open real quick. Tell it's really hot still. It's coming apart nicely. It's just falling apart. So the only reason I'm using a knife is because it is super hot. So I'm gonna get a couple forks. We're gonna shred this, and ooh, that is hot. Look at that, just pulling apart. Now, the reason I say 200 degrees, some people might say a little more. I don't like it mushy, so this is perfect right here. This is perfect. Nice, moist and fat, and water still coming out of it. So, all right, that's it. Pull it, put it on some paleo.